Y'all might need to tell me if I'm wrong or not. I'm sitting in the car because my boyfriend is literally tripping. Like, he will not let me do anything for real. Like, all he does is work for 12 hours and use that against me. Oh, why you ain't cook nothing? Oh, why you ain't clean nothing? Da, 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 da. Because you work for 12 hours and then all you do is come home musty. Why you can't come home clean? But I don't even like him for real because it's just he's too nice for me. Like, he don't hit me like my exes did or nothing. Like, he don't we can't fight or nothing. If I want to fight, he just walks away. Like, I just don't want him. And I really want my ex-boyfriend who's in jail. And that's another thing, y'all. He told me I'm not allowed to send money to my ex-boyfriend no more. And it's like, why are you in charge of who I can send money to or not? Just go to work and make it. So I was basically just over it with him. I've been sitting in the car for about 15, 20 something minutes because I just hate the sight of him. Like, everything about him, I just can't stand. But I'm not going to leave because it's not like I can leave anyway. I mean, I don't got no job because he don't make me work. And the way that I see it, if he left today, like right now, I'd have to make that rent. I can't do it by myself. So in a way, I think I'm kind of doing him a favor by being his girlfriend because he got low self-esteem. He not cute anyway. Don't no girl want him for real. Like, it's just like, to me, I just think I'm doing him a favor because, like I said, he funny looking. So it's not like anybody would want him for real. Like, if I leave, who's gonna be there? Like, nobody. And then he be trying to put limits on how often I can go out and shit like that. What are you talking about? What is wrong with me wanting to go to the club 2, 3 times a week? Like, that's nothing. Like, you're doing too much. And all he does is work 12 hours every single day. And I guess that's the upside to it. I don't gotta see him like that because he, like I said, he gone half the day. And I sleep half the day too, so it's like, who cares?
All right, Shalom, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who rule well and teach well in sincerity and charity. Peace and salutation unto the Lord's elect. I'm the brother Yahweh Brock coming at you with a lesson to the spirit. I came across something on Instagram. I sat there and I watched it, man, and I was cringing heavily, heavily watching that, man. And just a spirit hopped on me to do a lesson because there's a lot of individuals out there. I know a lot of brothers, man, and some brothers that I've even spoken to. You know, uh, they're around these types of women, man. They get caught up. They make it appear like they're good. They got your back. They're gonna ride for you, and then the whole time they're over here talking to their ex, or they're over here talking to another man, or doing all this funky shit. And this just goes to show you, man, that this is not our rest. This is not our rest. If you think you're gonna you got a picture perfect woman and ride off into the sunset and everything's gonna be normal, then you're wrongly mistaken, man. We gotta highlight, behavior like this because there's a lot of brothers that struggle with this. A lot of brothers that struggle with dealing with certain women. They don't know how to, put certain women away that are disrespecting them, that are going against them. And there's some scriptures that really go into this, man. So, you know, this is the first precept I want to bring out. And it says in the book of Sirach 9 and 8, and I'm going to read this in the GNC. When you see a good looking woman, look the other way. Don't let your mind dwell on the beauty of a woman who is not your wife. Many men have been led astray by a woman's beauty. It kindles passion as if it was fire. So a lot of men can get distracted and consumed by the ways of a woman. And a woman, listen, her behavior changes like the moon. One day she's happy, one day she's saying she loves you, and the next day, Satan hops on her and just, puts her in a position to where she wants to vex you. And I mean, very few sincere women that do not do this. That is hard to find. And typically it's a woman of the Lord. Yahweh Shai is just dealing with them, and he's putting the spirit on them to be and play their role. But the majority of these women are not. And be careful, Akim. Be careful. Sometimes it's these women that say that they're Israelites that are wearing the head wraps, Shalom and Khan. And they're the biggest Kieshas of them all. And that particular individual in that video, man, that bitch is gonna die. The Lord is gonna absolutely smite a bitch like that. And you know what? Good. Good. I pray that he does. Because you women have went against the men of the Lord. You women have disrespected certain men, and you deserve to get destroyed for that. All right. Whatsoever you sow, you're gonna reap. And it's been countless times, but the men of the Lord, the prophets, have gotten major disrespect. But that's ordained from the Lord, because it just shows you that we're in a temporary place, and everything's out of order, and our women are out of order, and this place desperately needs to be restored. Desperately, man. Because this is not going to happen when we're in the kingdom. We're not going to have Kieshas running around acting like that, man. They're going to come in line. I'm going to bring out Ecclesiasticus 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Now, listen, this is not to say that you can't have pleasurable moments with a woman. Everything in moderation, though, is a balance. I see a lot of brothers and a lot of individuals out there, man. They find a woman, they get excited, and they just post it up with her all day, man. All day, watching Netflix, just chilling out with the woman, bro. That is not, it's not, no, you're not supposed to do that, man. All right, here a little, there a little, man. And everything in moderation, because a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. I've even seen individuals, man, take a year off. They think they got to take a Sabbath or a whole year hiatus because they marry a woman. They just stop doing the work. Hey, yeah, Ak, where are you? Where did you go? Oh, Shalom, Ak, I've been distracted because I got a woman, and I've been trying to enjoy her. Meanwhile, you don't even realize that the Lord was the one that put the woman in front of you. It could be a downfall, man. I'm telling you, it could be a downfall, especially if you get caught up with a woman like that. And trust me, if you're dealing with the Southern Kingdom woman, you're dealing with them, chances are they're like that. Okay? Chances are they're like that. Or at one point they're gonna be like that, man. These Levites, the Judah women. Listen, there's exceptions. There's exceptions everywhere. But these women are out of order, man. They're disrespectful. They're prideful. And this is the book of Jeremiah 30, 31, and 22. How long will thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing on earth. A woman shall compass a man. So this woman, she's sitting on her ass, right? Relaxing, talking to her ex, wishing she could be with her ex because he punched her in the face and he treated her like ass. She likes that. It's completely backwards, man. You go out of your way to treat a woman correctly, and then they end up going after the shit that they were with before, man. Their mindset and their mind frame of what they like and what they find attractive is completely skewed. You can have a really good man try to pour out his heart, give everything to you, and you don't even appreciate of that. You look at him like he's some goofy, and you men really need to just put it how it is with these women, man. Don't be letting a woman treat you some type of way just because you want to get some play from her, some pee. I'm not gonna even say the full word. Don't be that type of guy that just trims your ways just to get a woman to be on your side, man. All right, you gotta tell them straight how it is. And one of the brothers in the GMS Chicago camp, I believe it was Elder Jeremiah, was saying something along the lines of not letting a woman disrespect it, man. If you have a woman that disrespects you and she goes above and beyond in doing so, you can't allow that to happen, man. You gotta have integrity. You gotta have integrity and just put them away. Stop dealing with them. It is better that you're alone and you're serving the Lord than when you're with a brawling woman who doesn't shut the fuck up and who's giving you a hard time and vexing you all day. Okay, this is the book of Proverbs 21 and 9. It is better to dwell in a corner or a housetop. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. You can have a huge house, could look nice inside, you could got everything. But it's better that you're in peace than you're dealing with some brawling, vexation ass woman, man. And we've seen it before, man. We've either dealt with it, or we've seen it through particular instances and family members and experiences from other people. And man, it's what's the point? What's the point, man? Other than the fact that these women can give you a little something here and there. What's the point? They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do shit. They're fucking lazy. They expect everything to be handed to them. And we're coming into a time and a place, Akim, where we're not gonna have to deal with these ratchet bottom of the barrel women. I'm gonna just set it straight. We're not over here talking shit and trying to talk shit about all women, but we're talking about the ones that are acting out of order. We gotta call that how it is, man, because in this world there's a lot of them, especially in Babylon, man. If you think you're gonna find a righteous woman in Babylon, it gotta be really, really rare. Let me tell you, it gotta be really sent from the Lord Yahweh by Shemi Shai. And if He does bring a good woman in your life, then then He has favor for you, and take that as a blessing. But don't get too consumed in that. The scriptures say, "Be not as if you had a wife." Um, what is this? 1 Corinthians 7:27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. Let me bring that out in 1 Corinthians 7:27. 7:27. I'm going to bring that out in the GNT. A little bit difficult for me to understand. Um, okay, let's see this. Do you have a wife? Then don't try to get rid of her. Are you unmarried? Then don't look for a wife. But if you do marry, you have not committed a sin. And if an unmarried woman marries, she has not committed a sin. But I would rather spare you the everyday troubles that married people will have. What I mean, friends, is this: there is not much time left, and from now on, married people should live, though, as they were not married. You see that? Okay, be not as if you had a wife. Yeah, you can have a woman, you could talk to her. Of course, she could cook for you, take care of you if she's a good, sincere woman. Don't be getting on her, for unnecessary stuff, you know. But she's not gonna be 100% perfect. There's no way on this side. There's no way. The point is, be not as if you had a wife. Have a balance. The first and foremost priority is the work of the Lord, man. We're married to Yahweh Shai. If you're not following that divine order that the Lord has set up, where there's Yahweh, then Yahweh Shai, then man, then woman, then children. If you're not following that and it's completely out of order, then things are not going to work out well, and you're going to see that, man. The family unit gets completely broken up, man, when you're not seeking the Lord fully. And it just the first and primary focus is going to be serving the Lord. You cannot get caught up. You get many men, many kings have fallen away through a woman. You can't get caught up, Akim. I'm telling you. From my experience and a lot of other brothers' experiences, you cannot get caught up with this nonsense because women are emotional creatures, man. They're emotional creatures. They change their emotions every single day. All right. They want something from you, and then when you do it, they completely change their mind. They're all over the place, man. They really are. They're emotional. They're all over the place. And that's just the way that they were biologically designed. And you really can't think too deep into it. You really can't, ask yourself, oh, why is she acting like this? Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh my gosh, she's gonna hate me. Why didn't she answer me? Women play games. They're always playing games, man. They're always trying to test you. It's obvious. You can see it. You can see it after so many experiences, man. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai just puts a discernment on you to see it. And also, Akim, we're kings, man. We are special, peculiar individuals, man. The Lord will make a man more precious than fine gold, even more than the fine wedge of the gold of Ophir. You think a man that's supposed to be precious, supposed to be given the time to some barrel ass Kiesha hoe, some ratchet ass stanky ass Kiesha, all right, some Big Shirley, some fucking overweight Big Shirley. I've had these Big Shirleys, man, these big ass Marias come and hit me up. Man, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody gonna deal with your ass. Over here, you have multiple kids, fat as fuck, don't take care of yourself, have an attitude, and you expect people to just provide for you, and everything's gonna fall into your hands. And on top of that, you're only supposed to go with her and her only, while she's over here talking to a bunch of other women, completely out of order, man. This is why this place is not our rest. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. So this is not our rest, man. The days of thinking you're gonna ride off into the sunset and everything's gonna be picture perfect, and you're gonna relax and enjoy every single day like it's a vacation is not the case. Maybe for these Edomites and heathens for a short time, because they're gonna go into slavery real soon. But for us, We're always catching hell. We're always going through something, whether it be, people vexing us, stuff happening to us, wicked thoughts, anything, man. We're always being tried. We're always being tested, and the Lord could even test you through a woman to see how you act, how you respond. If you go back to the scriptures and you think with patience and you think in a sober and vigilant type of manner rather than thinking with the lower part of your body, because a lot of people have done that, man. A lot of Jake out there have ruined their life because they knock up a Kiesha or a Big Shirley, some 500-pound Big Shirley, and here she is. She looks like a fucking monster. I'm gonna put it this straight. She looks like a monster, and she's over here acting like she's a model. This is the type of world we're living in, man. These women are drinking the Babylon juice. All right, they're drinking the Babylon juice. You got these fat bitches thinking that they're all that, and it's not gonna be for much longer. Isaiah 3:24, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle rent, and instead of a well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher a grinding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. I want to bring Isaiah 3:24 in the GNT as well. Spirit told me to go out in the GNT today. It's a little bit easier to understand. You know how it is. You gotta make sure that it's not going off, because some things are going off in these other translations, but in this particular scenario, this scripture, it appears to be on point. But this Isaiah 3:24 through 26, reading in the GNT. Instead of using perfumes, they will stink. Instead of fine belts, they will wear coarse ropes. Instead of having beautiful hair, they will be bald. Instead of fine clothes, they will be dressed in rags. Their beauty will be turned to shame. The men of the city, yes, even the strongest men, will be killed in war. The city gates will mourn and cry, and the city itself will be like a woman sitting on the ground, stripped naked. So listen, these women that had their chest popped up, maybe they did you dirty, Hakim. Maybe they did you real dirty. They really took advantage of you. Whether they got with another man, they took your kids. I know that there's definitely some Hakim out there that have gone through major hell with the woman. Don't worry about it, because in due time these women are gonna come to you. The Lord sees that you've been resisting, you've been staying steadfast, you've been serving Him, and He knows what you want. He knows that if you desire a woman, He'll put that in front of you, man, because He wants to hold you up to a high standard. He doesn't want you just getting with any woman. Okay, He wants to bring quality around you. And the Lord's a jealous power as well, so He's not gonna allow you to get caught up and distracted to the point where you're forgetting about Him. If you're of the elect, He's not gonna allow that. So He might not even give you anything. He might not even give you anything for this time, but when we get to the kingdom, it's gonna be a whole different story. You're gonna have many, many wives, and that is true for all you people that don't believe that. You're gonna have many wives, okay? Because we're gonna have to rebuild the kingdom. You're gonna have many wives, and even now, even though it's not necessarily beneficial for some brothers, right? Because each brother has their own will and lot. Some brothers can have multiple women. We're allowed to. All right, it was in our ancient customs, so that's not something that these women could even be telling you that you can or can't do, man. That's not up to them. Not up to them. Now, I was talking to some Muslim. I was talking to some Muslim chick, just chopping it up with her, and I asked her, what you think about that, because I wanted to hear what their religion, was talking about, because it was around a bunch of Ishmaelites in a conversation, and I didn't bring up the truth, because I know these heathens won't be able to understand it, but I asked, like, just questioning it, like, so, you guys have multiple wives, right? And one of these women said, oh, yeah, we can, but you have to ask the wife for permission first, and if she doesn't approve and you do it anyway, she could divorce you. What the fuck? So you have to ask a woman for permission to have another wife? To see if she's okay with it? Completely out of order, man. And we're not going to have to do that. You just deal with the woman like you deal with the woman. I said, just don't be dealing with Kiesha. Don't be dealing with Big Shirley and Maria and all these ratchet ass women, man. Stay away from them. Please, Aki and Baba Kusha, stay away from them. It ain't worth it. It really ain't worth it. All the trouble, all the shit that you can get into. You don't even know half the time that they're dealing with another man. All right? They have a whole husband and then they're just lying about it. These women are conniving. The women that are not with the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are conniving. And there's very few and sincere sisters out there. and the Lord will bless you in due time. If you don't have a husband at this particular moment, pray sincerely for a husband, and get together with the individual that you see that's a man of the Lord, because in these times coming, it ain't gonna be how you want it. It ain't gonna be, I want this way, and I want him to be this tall and have this look. If you're with the man of the Lord, consider yourself blessed beyond measure, because women will be saved through childbearing. There's time. You'll be, you got to get under your man's covering. If you really see the value in that and having a sincere man of the Lord, because there are very few and sincere men of the Lord as well. You got most of these men that claim to be what they're Christians, them Israelites, man. All right, they're not breaking down prophecy. They're not warning the people of what's truly about to happen. All right, so pray. If you really desire to have a man, pray, and it'll be given to you in due time from the Lord Yahweh by Shemel Shai. Um, let's see if there's any other precepts I'm gonna bring out. Yeah, so this precept I brought out, roughly paraphrasing, but I'm gonna bring it out again, just line upon line. Proverbs 31:3: Give not thy strength unto a woman, nor thy ways to that which destroy kings. So you are king, Akim. If you're serving the Lord in truth and sincerity, you're putting out this work, you're a king. You're precious to the Lord. The Lord looks at you as a beautiful servant. And a beautiful servant is not supposed to be meddling himself with many matters. We're soldiers, man. We have a mission that we have to do. And you have to really have a balance. You have to really have a balance. Don't be getting caught up and distracted in how they feel, or if they get mad at you for one day. Don't even care about it, man. Chances are they come back around, they're fine the next day. You can't put too much emphasis and emotion, because they always switch up. This is how it works. And you can see in that video, that woman probably liked that guy at one point. He was probably simping over her. He was probably blowing up her line, trying to do all this shit with her. And eventually she was like, you know what? I have this little stable guy over here where I can take advantage from and milk him and do whatever the fuck I want. She doesn't respect him. So that guy, he if he sees that video, he should be able to see that that's not his woman right there. That is not your woman, bro. That is not your woman. And that's the case for a lot of men. They walk around and they're naive to the fact that woman might not have other men on a roster, whatever the case may be. They're just naive, and you can't be naive. You gotta. Well, the moment you start talking to them, the brother Amon Gabar from the GMS New York branch, the main branch, was saying the moment that you get a woman, instead of counting how long you guys been together, a year, 2 years, start counting down. Start counting down how much longer you have with her. Because in the moment of one day, they could just pick up and leave. You got to have that mindset. Like, if the Lord keeps them there, then, that's the Lord's will. But if he takes them away, that's the Lord's will. He giveth and he can take it away. You just got to understand that, Akim. And you got to be okay with that. And 1 Peter 5:8: Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Another thing, Akim, too, came to me through the Spirit, is that you might even have, during these last days, man, when the men of the Lord are being illuminated, you're going to have old people that once disrespected you. You might have tried to, go on a woman's a DM, try to talk to them, try to chop it up with them, and they weren't really giving you that time. They weren't really valid like they said they were. And trust me, man, they're going to come back around. I've seen this even for myself, man. These women be coming back around randomly. Oh, hey, Pookie. Hey, baby, how are you? And that could be Satan right there. Trying to go back and bring these old women that had like vexed the fuck out of you, to try to distract you even more, and bringing back that old familiar spirits and memories, and get you caught up in that past, man. You can't look back on the past, man. You can't look back on the past and those old moments. And I'm speaking for myself here, because you know how this flesh is, man. It makes you think about certain shit, ponder about certain memories, and go back and replay things in your mind because you've absorbed it. You got to see it for what it is, and you let go of those thoughts and control your mind, and not get too consumed with that. Not get too consumed with that. But these women, trust me, they'll be coming back around trying to talk to you, and you got to really be, you use discernment to deem whether that you're fit to even give them the energy, man. Because if you're a king, you don't got to be talking to everybody. You're not obligated to respond to everybody. I had a woman that, she was coming at me some type of way, disrespectfully. I didn't respond to her at all. I just left her ass on red. I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna deal with this woman. Nice figure and everything. Talking all this, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna, do everything for you. All this talk, man. Don't get deceived by these women's words. They're very crafty. They love to say all these deep, emotional words and try to get you to think that everything's okay and they're riding for you. And then they switch up one moment. They can't even pass the test. This woman comes back around and she tried, messaging me and even in the message, man, she was still kind of like petty in that shit. And guess what I did? I didn't respond. I left her ass undelivered, as I should have. And call y'all by Shemiel was shy, man, because I sent curses on that bitch. I sent curses on her because she was going out of order. And I ask you, if you have a woman that does you dirty, all right, she does you very egregiously, and you're angry about it, you're really angry, you're getting pissed off about it, whether you want to take it out on her or on the man that she's with now or whatever, man, because these women love to just provoke and vex, even after the fact. Send curses on them. Let the Lord handle it. What the scriptures say, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And I have many stories, man, but one in particular, the Lord absolutely annihilated this woman that was doing very egregious things, not only to myself but a lot of other men, and not being truthful about it. She was going around and just really doing some crazy shit, and I was able to avoid it. I ducked under that bullet and call all y'all by Shemal Shai, because that was divine protection. The fact that uh, I didn't end up dealing with her, divine protection from the Lord. And Akim, another thing too, when something doesn't happen the way you expected, don't get too caught up in it. If a woman just acts out and she just does some crazy shit and you're like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. The Lord could have just put it on her spirit to do that because he was protecting you, because he knew how evil she was. Okay? Take that as protection, man, and a Psalms 91 shelter. You don't know what these women had. Diseases. They try to, do some crazy shit, try to, backstab you and rob you. But whatever the case may be, man, you don't know the protection that was really there for you, man. You got to really thank the Lord. The Lord is the one who directs thy steps. So he's the one that could put a good woman in front of you, whether it be for a little bit or a little longer, and he could take it away from you. And you got to just be okay with that. But the point is this, speaking about curses, because it's on the spirit, man. This woman, was really going off, man. And she died. She died. She got just punished wickedly in a judgment, man. And me and the brother Barak knew how much of an evil woman she was. And, that's it, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shemiah Shai. We love to see our enemies fall, man. All right? These people go against the Lord, man. They talk shit about the Lord. Okay? They say terrible things about our Lord, Yahweh Shemiah Shai. And you think that's just going to go unpunished? Man. So the scriptures say, Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Lord. So let the Lord handle it, Akim. If you got him, backstabbed or dealt with really harshly, let the Lord handle it. I'm telling you, man. When you let the Lord do things, it is so much better than how you're gonna do it. And on this side, you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get in trouble, man. You don't want to get caught up in that, ruin your life. At this point in time, when you know you're in the truth, at this point in time, you're gonna ruin your life over some woman. Let the Lord handle it. Trust and believe. I have testimonies, multiple testimonies to account how the Lord destroyed the enemies, man, that were coming against me. And you know what? He still will. He still will. And we're allowed to throw up curses on him. Trust and believe we are allowed to do that. That is biblical. Okay? So long that we're doing it in righteousness. And I'm not saying I'm throwing curses on everybody here. Okay? It takes a lot for somebody to really, irk me off for me to do that. But we're allowed to do that, is the point I'm trying to say. And you got to be patient. Be patient in the Lord. And I have faith that that's going to work out. But the point of this lesson today, the spirit was, don't get distracted. Don't get caught up. And really stay focused on the Lord, man. Because we're almost out of this place. And, this is our high calling. And we have a divine high calling that's been set up in front of us through the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And it's our duty and it's our role to fulfill that calling to the best of our ability. And if it means that we have somebody that's distracting us and getting in the way of that, we got to cut them off. All right, I'm here to tell you that you got to cut them off. Okay? You might not want to hear it, but it's going to be for your best. Trust and believe that, man. Trust and believe that none of your work is going to be done in vain, Akim. And keep pushing, keep fighting. So with that being said, Lord willing, I pray that this lesson was edifying to the spirit. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises once again to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well in sincerity and charity. Peace and salutation unto the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the one-third. I'm the brother Yahweh Sop, and until next time, Shalom.